The bodybuilder at its root is concerned with self-development through self-mastery.
Everybody's on steroids. Everybody.
Look at the guys in the Olympia stage, and you're hitting a pose, and then you're like...
When it comes to talking about what choice should be made, it's that unenhanced bodybuilding is the way to go.
This is time right now for natural bodybuilding to grow, where everybody's seeing that health is the most important thing.
I'm not a morning person.
Dedicated to being passionate about it.
Bodybuilders have become more lazy.
People have always thought I lift fake weights.
Iran and the United States.
You take responsibility for that. Jose, in your opinion, who are the top 5 212 bodybuilders of all time, in your opinion? If you were to rate top 5 with no specific, not like 1 is why 5, but just in no specific order, who are the top 5 guys of all time, you think?
Definitely Flex Lewis. Definitely myself. Definitely David Henry. Definitely Eduardo Correa. And then it would be a Kevin English never did 212. He did the 202.
Right.
He was a 3-time 202 winner. But at his best, at his absolute best, you'd have to throw him in there, because when he was 202, he looked 222. So I would have to say him. Yeah, I mean, you could even throw in the recent Kamal, because Kamal, a lot of people don't know, is one of the greatest amateurs of all time. As far as world championship wins and European championship, Asian wins, and the guy's one of the winningest competitors ever at almost 50 years old now. And you could even throw in Sean Clarita. So that's now we're up to 6. Because Sean is kind of a new age version, kind of like the morphed version of what you thought was possible, because he's so little, but gigantic at the same time. He's really maximized everything on his physique. On such a, I mean, Sean would literally be 100 pounds if he didn't have this muscle. He'd be like a 100-pound guy walking around. That's crazy. The amount of muscle that he's been able to put on. So
it's amazing, yeah.
But yeah, I would say for sure, without hesitation, Flex Lewis. I have to say myself, because I was in the first call out 10 years in a row.
For sure.
David Henry, for having won the Olympia, and just his level of density and consistency. Not always rewarded where I think he should be, but he's definitely the OG. Eduardo Correa, because at his best, he probably should have had an Olympia win. And his condition is second to none every time he shows up. A lot of these names are due to the consistency.
Absolutely.
We all competed together for 10 years straight. And that's me, Eduardo, Flex, and David Henry. That's why after those names, it becomes, you could throw Kevin in.
I'm glad you mentioned Kevin English, because he doesn't get enough mentions, enough credit, really. I know he was in 202, right? But nobody really brings him up anymore. I feel like it's cool that you mentioned his name,
Yeah, well, Kevin, I love Kevin, man. He was, before I hired Chris Aceto, in 2011, Kevin actually helped me for the New York Pro. And I beat Flex Lewis at that show. And Kevin and I were very, very close. And when I was coming up, and he was the first one to give me credit, to give me mention. When people said, what do you think of this Jose coming up? A lot of the guys were like, and Kevin was right away. He's dangerous. He's very dangerous. He's going to be great. And, we had a mutual respect for each other and a friendship. And he's a very quiet guy. So he doesn't post a lot. He doesn't promote himself a lot. And, it's easy to get lost in this social media world of bodybuilding. But the true bodybuilding purists know, love, and respect Kevin English.
Absolutely.
You know.
I'm glad they brought him up, man.
Yeah, I always do.
Absolutely.
Because he played a big role in my career.
Mhm.